What is up, guys? Thanks for checking out another episode of this build series. Today we're going to be actually gluing on the rear panels of the car. So in order to glue the panels on the car, you got to make sure that it is clean, there's no dirt, no debris, that way the glue will actually stick to the body. So the rear end of the car has already been pre-washed, just making sure that everything is going to stick to it. So we took the panels off the quarters, took the panels off the doors, gave it another good pre-wash too, just that way all the dirt and all the crap is taken off of the car. So now that the car's clean, let's get in the garage and start gluing the panels on. Alright, so now that the car's back in the garage, what I've been doing is just individually wiping down each body panel, front and the back. Just making sure there's no grit, there's no grime, no mud. I was driving this car around for a little bit, so I'm just making sure that all the panels are clean before we go into the garage and actually start setting the glue onto the body of the vehicle. Alright, so now that the panel is clean and it is dry, there's really not much more to do to it other than getting the glue on. Alright, so now I'm just going to go grab the panel and then we'll be getting ready to shoot the glue. Alright, so as I showed you guys from before, this is the urethane Milwaukee caulking gun that I'm going to be using to glue in on the panels. Beta Seal U418 primerless urethane. This stuff will get the job done for us. Just took the old cartridge out, get this new one back in. Now this is a very messy task, so when you guys are doing something like this, make sure you're wearing gloves and that you got all your rags and everything close by, because it's going to get messy really quick. So for the most part, I'm just going to run a perimeter bead along the panel, just wherever it initially contacted, and then I'm going to go do all the fancy waves, so let's get at it. Well, looks like that was 1-2 worth already. Alright, so now I'll show you guys here. Did the perimeter way into the dog leg, and then came back all around, all along the bottom, and just started connecting the lines. Alright, so that should give us enough contact for the panel. Just gonna double check everything, make sure it does look good. Like I said, remember, this is going to be very messy, so you might have to be changing out your pair of gloves a few times here. But for the most part, Let's just get this panel on. So for the most part, got it all glued up. A little bit there into the gas cap. Ooze out now a little bit onto the bottom, but no big deal. Also got it in the dog leg, all bolted down for the most part. Lots of ooze out there, but that's okay. I can always trim it back. So we're just gonna leave it like that, keep on letting it dry. Time to do the door panel now. Alright, so now as far as the door panel, it should be pretty much the exact same process of doing the quarter panel. Just shoot the glue on the perimeter, bolt it on. Alright, so now I'm going to grab the panel. Wow, what work. Alright, so you can see I got the door panel duct tape like crazy. Instead of having screws ran throughout the entire thing, I got a lot of the tape there doing most of the work. Okay guys, so for the most part, this is identical to the other side. We're just going to go ahead and do our perimeter bead all along the panel and then fill it in. All on the side there. Of course, we'll do it into the dog leg also. Let's get started. Alright, so now let's get that quarter panel on. Alright, so got all those screws all in place. Time to get onto the door panel. So now we should be able to grab the door panel, place it on. Alright, so that should be good, but I'm just going to double check, make sure we got good squish, and that should be it. Okay guys, that's going to be all for today. We're going to let the panels dry for a couple days. We're going to take out all the screws, make sure that the panel's not peeling up anywhere, make sure that's all good. Then we're going to start getting into the molding process. So then we're going to actually get the fiberglass reinforced Bondo, start filling in all the cracks, start making it molded into the car. Then we're going to go around to the rest of the car, just making sure that we do all the little dents here and there that I'm able to do inside the garage. Then it's off to paint. I've actually put a pretty hefty deadline on the car for spring. I want the car fully painted, start getting to all the meats, start showing off the car. Hopefully it's not too ambitious of a goal. We'll get there one way or the other. Make sure you like and comment on episode 2, that you have subscribed to the channel. That way you can be entered in for the giveaway that we have going on for episode 2. So make sure you check that one out also. But for right now, that's all for this episode. We'll let the glue all dry up. All right, take care. See you in the next one.